Thank you for joining us today for another segment of LR5, where Londonderry Republicans have 5 minutes to interact on various topics. Joining us today is Hollie Noveletsky, candidate for Congress for the 1st Congressional District.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hollie's background includes veteran, served in the U.S. Army Reserve. Hollie, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
A nurse, former vice chair of the New Hampshire Republican Party, and CEO of Novell Ironworks. Hollie, you bring a varied and strong resume. Please tell us a bit about yourself, your campaign, and your intentions as a New Hampshire representative in Washington, D.C.
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. Yes, I'm running for the 1st Congressional District. I think, like most of us, I was angry last cycle, when Biden was in, what he had done to this beautiful country. He had, destabilized the world, and I think part of what was that destabilization, we saw this weekend. We saw the fight, the servicemen that were shot in Syria. We saw Brown University, the students, we don't know what the motive was yet, but the shooting of the Brown University students and the anti-Semitic attack in Australia, the mass shooting. And I do attribute a lot of that to our weakness on the world stage that was allowed to happen under the Biden administration. And I really was not happy and felt like I needed to step up. I'm pleased with what President Trump is doing. I'm thrilled that he's showing strength on the world stage again. He's showing strength with our allies, and he's putting America first. And I think that's really important. And that's where I have been for the last 25 years, is putting America first, American manufacturing first, the American worker first. So I thought this was the perfect time for me to step up and run for Congress. And here I am. My background is quite varied. As you noted, I spent 8 years in the Army Reserve Nurse Corps, and then I spent 2 years in the New Hampshire National Guard. As a nurse practitioner, I worked in geriatrics and psychiatrics, and I combined the two, and I worked in dementia care, end of life, for most of my career. And when my dad passed in 1999, I stepped up full-time to CEO of Novell Ironworks, which is a structural steel fabrication company. We do anything from a house beam to the skyscrapers down in Boston. We go throughout New England. We are open shop, but we work with the unions with the erection. So I'm able to work across lines in aisles. And yeah, I'm really proud of what we've been able to do. I am second generation. My dad was a Merrill's Marauder. I don't know if you know who Merrill's Marauders.
Yes.
They were a very well-kept secret during World War II. And General Merrill was from New Hampshire. And they were to go behind enemy lines to break up the Japanese supply lines in China, Burma, and India. It was all volunteer unit. And he volunteered. And they knew there was going to be a high casualty rate. 3,000 went in, a little over 200 came home.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But he taught me to fight for this country. And my grandmother escaped the pogroms, because we're Jewish. She escaped the pogroms of Russia, came here at the age of 13. And she taught me to love this country, because she would tell me, this country's been good to us. We love this country. So between my grandmother's love of country and my father's willingness to step up and fight, I think that has given me my view of the world. And here I am now running for CD1.
Excellent, excellent. One thing also that I noticed on your website, there was this little comment about your leadership on Buy American initiatives brought national attention to the issue and helps secure state legislation protecting American jobs and manufacturing in New Hampshire. Could you please expand on that a little bit?
So when I came into the steel industry in 1999, I knew, because my background was nursing, I was not an engineer. I I didn't have the technical background that most of my competitors had, but I needed to make a mark on the steel industry. And I thought, well, I'm a nurse. What do nurses do? We advocate for patients, right? I was going to advocate for the steel industry and the steel workers who make up this great industry. I mean, we built this industry. We're a blue collar, all American industry that has built this nation. And we, since 1993, 94, the end of 93 into 94, with NAFTA, have been unfairly, adversely affected by foreign trade. For instance, in New England alone, we have lost over 40 structural steel fabricators due to foreign competition. So I thought I will advocate for the steel industry. And that looks like Buy American. So anything that is publicly funded, any construction that is publicly funded has to be built by American Steel. And we got it passed here in New Hampshire in 2002. It took 20 odd years, but we got it passed. We have a bill for the second time in Massachusetts. Well, hopefully it'll go through. There was a bill in Maine. It passed the House and the Senate. Governor Mills vetoed it, but she's terming out, so we'll go back to Maine.
Not
And we're
surprised, yeah.
looking at Connecticut, and
Mhm.
we're looking at New Jersey, Rhode Island, sorry. And then I've also participated in a trade case at the national level when we brought a trade case against China, Mexico, and Canada for dumped and subsidized structural steel adversely affecting our industry. And the reason why it's so important, this Buy American, is because we must never lose sight of the fact that the government doesn't make money, right? They take our money.
Correct. No.
So, and that's through our tax dollars. And our tax dollars, when they go to the DC, they are there meant to support and provide for our communities. And when they use our public dollars in construction and use foreign steel, that money goes out of the country. And research has shown that for every dollar spent on construction, $1.50 gets reinvested into the communities. So they pay me $1 to build a building. I pay my workers go to the grocery store. That dollar gets respent and gets reinvested into the community. If they buy foreign steel, they're reinvesting that $1.50 in a foreign country. So it's very important that our public dollars that we send to DC stay local. And that's what the Buy American legislation does. And I'm very proud of New Hampshire's legislature for passing it.
Very good. Yeah, good teamwork there.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. All right. So again, you have a lot of very good information, say on your website, things like that. I just wanted to tell our viewers that at the end of our podcast here, I will be putting just a link about how to get back in touch with you, visiting your website, your QR code, things like that. So just again, I want to thank you for taking time away from your busy schedule. Speak with us today. I encourage Londonderry voters and all CD1 voters to find out more about this excellent candidate. Hollie, I'll put it back to you. A couple final thoughts before we wrap up.
Yes, I'm really proud of the work that we have done between the steel fabricators and the legislators to protect the American worker and the American manufacturing. And I think it's time to take this to the national level. And that's why I'm running. And I would really appreciate people checking me out. If you go to holliefornewhampshire.com, you can check out where I stand on the platform on multiple issues. And I hope to earn your support.
Excellent, excellent. Well,
thank you.
Very good. Well, again, thank you for being with us today. Just like to extend Happy Hanukkah to all of our Jewish friends. We're thinking of them with the terrible things that have occurred recently. And Merry Christmas to our viewers also. And just to sign off, until next time, if the creek don't rise, if the good Lord's willing, we will see you again soon. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.